What is going on, everybody? This whiteboard episode is about statements. The distinction between expressions and statements may take some time getting used to, but practice is your key to understanding. Once you understand these concepts, programming will be that much easier. I know it has been for me. Some examples of statements that you will see in this series are as followed. You have your if statement followed by any sort of condition you write. You have your else if statement, your else statement. You have loops that are statements like your for loop and your while loop. You have try and except statements. You have classes that are statements. You have functions you write that are statements. You have your return statements, your yield statements, your raise statements, and your with statements. None of these statements can be assigned to a variable. They syntactically serve any purpose, but do not themselves have any intrinsic value. And what I mean by syntactically is the statement's arrangement of words form a well-written line of code. To put this simply, these statements don't evaluate to anything. If you try assigning a variable to any of these statements, it just wouldn't work. It would return a syntax error in our interpreter. So, for example, if you create the variable x and assign it to an if statement, it'll give us a syntax error. Or if you try and create a for loop and assign it to the variable Anna, it's going to give us a syntax error. Now, let's open up our interactive shell and let's type x is equal to 2 plus 2. After pressing enter, x equals 2 plus 2 shows us it's a statement. You're probably wondering, but I thought you just told us statements can't be assigned to variables. And you're right, the statements we produce in our notepad examples can't. Remember, when we are returned a single value, we know it's an expression. But since we are returned with 3 chevron prompts, like so, we consider this to be a statement that is composed of expressions. Eventually, when we print x in our interactive shell, which we will do right now, print x, we will be returned an expression, 4. Statements will have expressions within them like our x is equal to 2 plus 2 example. But always remember, statements do something and are often composed of expressions or other statements.